Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mango etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for K episode 9. And I like this episode. I really did like this episode. I don't know why, but this episode it just sweet me. I don't know why. Actually, I think I do know why, but let's get into the review. So the first thing that happened is that we flashed back to 1945, and when I saw that on my screen, I was like, "Whoa! Why are we flashbacking to 1945? Like, I don't know what year like this series is set in, but to go back to 1945 and just going on that is now 2015. That is a lot of years to be going back. So maybe this series is set in the year it came out. So if I go check what year this came out, then I can determine how many years it went back. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, we go back to 1945 and we find out. We basically learn the origins of Sanctum. So in 1945, we have the Silver King, and his name is Adolf K. Weissman, I think it was. But yeah, we found out that Weissman, he's a scientist, and he's been experimenting on this rock that he's found. I believe it's called a slate. And with this slate, he's been experimenting on mice. And we basically see from this that he's been able to give these mice the Sanctum power. As the experiment goes on, there's this guy, a lieutenant. He's there with them also, and he's amazed by this experiment basically. And he goes on to say, "Will you be able to give this power to humans?" And in essence, Weissman says yes to this, and then he goes on to explain what he did to the mice basically. And just like the lieutenant, what he said went completely over my head, completely, like, and I was like, what? But from what I understand, in basic terms, he has found a way, using this slate, he has found a way to give people powers, which is the Sanctum power that all the kings and kingsmen seem to have. This is what it seems like. This is what I've understood from what he said and from what I've seen in this little flashback. And what also happens in this flashback, we see that how we learn that how the Weissman doesn't want to, like, because he's figured out a way to give people powers, but he didn't want to use this to create super soldiers, basically, as the lieutenant thought and suggested. He was doing all of this to bring the world happiness. Now, I don't see how this could have brought people a happiness, but it legitimately seems like this is what he wanted. We also learned that, because we saw in the previous episode, I did mention that I thought Weissman was a bit crazy. I still do, because he was dancing with this woman, this dead woman. And we do find out that in the flashback that Weissman had a sister, and she died during this war that was going on place in their time, 1945. So this obviously had a big effect on Weissman. I think that it was because of this that he decided that he wanted to live up in the air. He does mention during the flashback that he's lost everything basically. After he said, yeah, because after the war was finished, he mentioned that how he'd lost everything, and I think this is why he decided to live up in the sky. And I think he took the slate with him. I'm not too sure about that, but we do see the slate getting carried off. So I think he's got that. Well, he had it with him. And that's the flashback. After the flashback, we kick into the intro, and then after the intro, we're back in present day time, and we see that how his blimp, it's a blimp, was in an episode, it's a blimp. His blimp has crashed down, and also the airplane that Yoshiro, Nico, and the Black Dog was in, that's crashed down as well. So we get that, and we get confirmation that actually we don't even get confirmation of that. We don't even know. We can safely assume that Yoshiro, the Black Dog, and Nico is fine because their bodies weren't found. From the sorry, that was my phone. I'm gonna carry on with the review. That can wait. Yeah. So what did I just say? Yeah, we know that Yoshiro, Nico, the Black Dog, we can assume that they're fine because their bodies weren't found. But also, no bodies was found on the blimp either. So that leads us to wonder who took the Silver King's body. But we later do find out how that after this event took place, for Golds, for members of the Gold King's group, they was the first ones on the scene. They took charge of everything. So, and we do find out later in the episode that it was the Golds that took the Silver King's body. After this, we do get the Blue King and the Gold King. They do meet up, and this is just basically for the Blue King to ask the Gold King, can he have the Silver King's body, because he wants to not experiment on it, like do an autopsy on it, because he's wondered why, because all of a sudden the Silver King has died when the Silver King is supposed to be immortal. So yeah, we do get that, and the Gold King does agree to this, and we do learn that the Blue King respects the Gold King very a lot, and he didn't want to do nothing to upset him. We know this because when the Blue King went to meet with the Gold King, he went without his sword, and he showed his respect by, when he came in there, he bowed to the king straight away. So these two things, they show respect, and we can also assume that it may show that the Blue King knows that he can't win a fight with the Gold King, so he went in there showing that he's not here for a fight, so that one would be less likely to break out, maybe? I don't know. What we get from the rest of the episode is we hop back to this school, and what we get from this basically is that we learn that how the memories of Yoshiro are not completely gone from the members of the school. They remember some guy. They keep saying some guy. So they do have some memory of him, but that obviously it's not fully there. The last thing I want to talk about, so the phone call with the murderer and the Red King, that was my favourite bit of the episode. It was funny. The murderer's voice was it was so, I don't know the word to describe it, but just his voice, that was giving me joke. And also the things that he was saying, all his trash talk. And when he said he likes them young, I was a bit, oh, that's bad, bro. That's bad, bro. That's life in jail, bro. You can't be doing that, bro. I was like, nah. But yeah, I really did like this scene with the phone call bit, and I don't really understand why he was calling. I don't really get it. But what I think was going on was, because in this scene also we do see the bit where the fox head and he's sucking in the fire. So I'm assuming that this is symbolic to the fact that the murderer was trying to steal the Red King's powers, maybe? That's where I'm going with it. But this is what the Red King was waiting for, apparently. We find out that, apparently that this is what he was waiting for, because when this bit does happen, the Red King like a boss is like, so you can play at this game, and then he just powers up. That was amazing. Oh my gosh, there's a fly in my room. I hate flies. Sorry. Yeah, he just starts to power up, and then straight away he's able to locate where the murderer is, and he tracks him all the way back down to the school in Yashiro's room. But I don't think that the person that was shown in this episode, the murderer, it doesn't look like Yashiro. The hair is completely different. I went back twice and checked on this. This hair looks completely different. So I'm forever more baffed on what's going on with this whole murder situation. But back to Makoto, when he's pissed off by this murderer guy, when he's able to track him down, he just says, "Yo, it's time to escape," and he just furthers to power up, breaks out his shackles with ease, breaks out his cell with ease, and then makes his way out of the prison, I guess, with ease, relative ease. And at the gate, at the entrance to the prison, we have a lineup of blues waiting for him. Shimi's there, the traitor guy. Shimi, he's there, and we also have the Heartless Woman, the Blue King's right hand man there. She's also there as well. It is her that, in essence, tries to stop the Red King, but her attacks are doing nothing. The Red King just continues to power up, and he dominates with ease. His destructive powers is incredible, I guess. And yeah, he just knocks everyone down. It took Shimi. Shimi had to come and protect the right hand, the Heartless Woman. He just knocks everyone down. It gets to a point where everyone has to just to relax and say, you know what, you can't even keep him here. He's gone and he's free to go. They had to step aside and say, you can go, because there was nothing they could do to stop him. There was absolutely nothing they can do to stop him, and that actually is a disappointment. That's a disappointment for the episode for me, actually. Not that none of them could stop him. It's more to the fact that the Heartless Woman couldn't do nothing to stop him, because she's supposed to be the Blue King's right hand man, and I know that these certain things are not written in stone, but when you think of a right hand man, you think that this person is on the same levels as the leader in it, like if not the same level, just a little bit less. But I know this rule isn't written, but so you'd assume that the Blue King's right hand man would be closer to the power level, and it was said that the Blue King can keep the Red King in. So the fact that the Heartless Woman was useless is a letdown for the episode. But as the Red King is ready to leave, we have the rest of his crew. They're ready to go, basically, because the bartender knew why he was in jail. So he says, "Do you know who we're looking for now?" And just another thing, Anna's marbles are amazing. Like, they're just like, and then from the marbles she knew that Makoto had broken out of jail. I was like, her marbles are amazing. But yeah, I think that's everything I want to say on the episode. For this episode, I'm going to give it a 4-star. I think I kind of rambled on and off to this review, but YOLO, it's life. But yeah, guys, like always, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day. Actually, I'm not done yet. I'm back, because there's a couple more things I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about, and I should have mentioned this before in the main bit of the review, is that I think Makoto might die by the end of the series. Yeah, because in this episode it was hinted that he might die with the whole experimentation thing. There's a blue mouse rat, whatever they were, and there's also a red one. And there's an explosion, and then the next thing you see is the red one, and it's lying down, and it looks like it's dead. That's kind of hinted at the fact that Makoto might die. I'm also more inclined to believe that he might die because of what happened in the previous episode when he was dreaming, and then you see Makoto, and he's standing there, and it looks like his arms are burning or decaying away, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's like, for these two reasons, I think Makoto might die at the end of the series. That's something I just wanted to mention as well. So, what else? What did we learn in this episode? I didn't include that in the main review. So, we know that the Silver King, he's immortal. He's called immortal. So, that just leads me on to questions like, how did he become immortal? Why did he start giving everyone these powers? Yeah, why did he start giving everybody else these powers? Like, Jesus, every episode, I've said this before, I'll say it again, every episode is answers and then more questions. But yeah, these are two things that came out of this episode for me that I just wanted to quickly mention because I didn't before. And yeah, that's it, guys. I think I am actually finished this time. I gave you the rating already, so take care, have a nice day.